What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Fearless here, and today we're going to take a look at a couple different ways that you can get your 808s to glide and slide around the mix. Now, these are really useful for trap beats when you're making those trap 808s, or even for drill beats. So without any further ado, let's jump right into this. Okay, so the first way that I'm going to talk about is using Simpler. Basically, this is the default. When you double click on a sample or you drop a sample into your clip, it's going to load Simpler. It looks like this right here. One thing to note is that glides typically work better with longer 808 samples. So if you have a really short 808 sample that just punches and then it's out of there, you're not going to really get any glide effects off of it unless you're doing a glide like right away. Alright, so if you want to be able to do a glide on the tail end of the 808 note that you have in your mix, you're going to want a longer 808. Okay, also make sure that you only have one voice playing, because this is going to get effed up extremely bad if you don't. Alright, so once you're in Simpler here, go ahead and click into your controls, and you'll see that there's an option right here that says glide. So what we can do is we can actually click glide on here, and then you can adjust the amount of time that your note is going to take to glide to the next note. So I usually leave this anywhere around like 100 to 120, something like that. So I'm just going to put it at 111 for now, because that's what it fell on. And we can start looking around with it. Another thing to note is that once you have your glide notes in place and everything like that, you can always go back and tweak that amount of time and see what's going to feel right for you. Alright, so I already got a basic 808 pattern here. Let's give it a quick listen really quick. Alright, so let's put a glide note in, maybe like right here, right before we're gliding. Right before we're going into these A notes, maybe we can glide up to it. So we'll throw it in right here and we'll just see how this sounds. So you can hear that I went whoop boom right before at the very end there. So if we make it a little bit longer now, it's basically going to play just this amount, this small amount right here of the C note, and then start gliding immediately after. Okay, so you see how it went into it right away. So you could do something like that if you have a shorter 808 that you want to use it for. Alright guys, so basically how the glide works is it's when one note transitions into another note. So let's say we wanted to put a glide down. We wanted to glide down into this C. All you really need to do is make sure that it's overlapping the next note, okay? So I'm going to turn the velocity all the way up here, and you can see that now it's going to play this A and then go down into the C. Alright, so now you have a glide down effect, which sounds cool in its own right. So you can go ahead and you can play in here, and maybe if you're doing some like drill kind of stuff, you might have like all these crazy glides like this. Maybe we have something crazy going on right here where this is gliding into the C, this next C right here is gliding into the F, which is gliding into the G, and then back down to the C. So this might sound really horrible, but let's just check it out so you get the idea. So it makes a pretty cool sound, and you can get some different effects like that. So this is very useful for drill beats in general. Alright guys, so this is the first way that you can do your glides, and this is my most preferred method when I go ahead and do them. Well, we'll look at the other way really quick. Alright guys, so the second method that we can use to glide our 808s is going in here and clicking this envelope button right here. So when you click this button, normally it's going to be off, but when you click it, it's going to allow you to do your different effects to your notes here. So if we click on the 808 that has the name of it right here, we have transpose. So you can go ahead and click on transpose in the second menu here, and that'll allow you to actually transpose up or down your notes. So if we wanted to go in here and we wanted to raise this note up before it went into the A, we could do something like that. So we could raise it up 2 octaves, which is 24 semitones, higher or lower, depending on what you like. Let's take a listen. Alright, so you can do your different things if you prefer to draw them in envelopes here. Alright, and you can get some really weird wavy sounds by doing it this way as well. So basically you have the full range of motion here. It's going to allow you to go up 4 octaves or down 4 octaves, which is pretty freaking extreme. You're really only going to want to go up 1 or 2 most. So you have your full range of motion. You can go in here and draw your envelopes out. you can hold down Option and you can actually curve these out to make these come in. So you can actually curve these out to make these come in sharper or less sharp, depending on which way you're forming your envelope. Okay, you just hold down the Option button, and then you click on the line and you drag it inward or outward to get those different lines, and you can get different effects doing it that way. Alright guys, so those are the two best ways in Ableton to go ahead and get your 808s to slide and glide all over the place. Hope you found that useful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below as always, and subscribe if you're new here. Hit that like button for me, and I'll be seeing you again in the next one. Peace out, champ.